just be sitting at the desk, turning off the computer. You might have seen Deji and Tony leave the room not too long.
Hey Thomas, can I talk to you?
Sure. What do you need, John?
I wanted to apologize for a lot of things.
Apologize.
Yeah?
He makes a gesture of, go on.
It was rude of me to pin the blame of the memory situation on you. It was harsh and rude and unacceptable. It kind of hindered a lot of our progress throughout that time. Moreover, I didn't even explain why that had happened, and I let my emotions get the best of me. It was unprofessional and mean in general, I guess.
Right. Why did you think it was my fault? Out of curiosity.
She kind of pauses for a second. I suppose to explain that, I should explain what my assumption of the situation is.
That would help.
Given that you all disappeared for a span of roughly, was it half a week?
It was
Like,
it was 4 days. So
yeah,
it was,
half a week.
yeah.
And that I was making a cold iron bomb after waiting on you all for hours upon hours. I assumed that there's something to do with Fae or the hedge or something of that nature, because that's what cold iron is used against. Given that, I would assume that those rings were some part of a deal. I don't know what. It had something to do with our memories, probably. Which is odd because it feels either both of them were used as leverage against us for one really big favor, or we screwed up our wording somewhere in a contract.
Right. And how is that exactly my fault in your mind when you assumed?
You can be a very self-motivated person, Thomas. And part of that was honestly probably projection of me.
Right. John, have I ever acted against the best interests of this team? Have I ever put anyone in danger besides myself? Have I ever lied about information concerning missions?
It can be hard to tell with the lying, but no, in general, on missions, I trust you.
I'll admit, personality-wise, I'm shithead. I lie about what my favorite color is, what I ate yesterday, but concerning missions, I don't lie about that. I keep my personal life and professional life separate. So I was slightly offended when you insinuated that I was the cause for our memory loss.
As I said, it was rude of me. In general, I was way too harsh on all of you, especially since I didn't even tell you where that thought was coming from. Probably came out of nowhere to you guys.
It was kind of expected given how you reacted before with some other situations, Zhang. But that's not the thing that pisses me off the most about this situation.
And what's that?
I know you're a scientist. IQ-wise, you're probably smarter than me. But sometimes... No, that's a good comeback. And you like to ask a lot of questions. However, there is a time when you can know too much. Given what happened earlier with the situation with Tony, if you know what I'm talking about.
I'm not sure I do. Or do you mean about the 6 people he ran over?
No, you weren't there for that, and you probably need to talk to Tony about that, honestly, to consider the situation. But I'm talking about the whole arm situation, the poison.
Oh, when he went and got himself poisoned off the dead body.
Yeah. Do you know why I'm a little irritated with that? With you.
I wasn't exactly rushing, but in my defense, rushing would lead to me being tired out when I got there and shaking hands while working on Mando. It's important in times of crisis to stay calm.
Thomas gives you a look, Jong. Like he doesn't quite believe what you're saying exactly, but he gets it. You do realize Tony was waiting for 30 minutes, correct?
Yeah.
That his arm was literally losing body function, which had been a hindrance to the team, if you so put it. Given a mechanic with one arm doesn't seem like the best resource.
Of course. In the same token, the amount of antidote we have wasn't exactly a lot. I didn't want to risk screwing up and just him dying to it.
John, I've seen you build a gun in a few hours. I've seen you craft some impressive things in a few minutes, few hours. How fast you work. What I saw wasn't what I consider your best. Basically, I'm saying you were dragging your fucking feet. If you catch my drift. Because personally, I don't give a shit what you think about me if I caused it or not. Because I know I definitely didn't. Wasn't the reason for a memory loss. But when your actions start affecting other teammates, like with Tony this morning, or a few hours ago, in the door, that's when I get a little concerned.
What about the door?
From what Deidre told me, you were trying to open the main vault first, correct?
I made a thermite bomb which could blow through the blast door first. I wanted to make sure we weren't taking you out of one corner and putting you in another.
And how long did that take you?
The bomb itself?
Yes.
First one wasn't large enough. The second one was after I went through the vent scraping up rust just to get it ready. It
Right.
took... Actually, how long did it take? It took a while.
It took a while because with the whole planning everything and gathering all the rust, like maybe an hour or 30 minutes or something like that.
An hour to an hour and a half on that bomb.
Right. And how were you expecting to open the other door after you opened the vault with that thermite bomb?
Wait, which vault are you talking about?
I have no fucking idea. So, after John would have used the first bomb she built, did she build two?
She built two, one wasn't large enough to break through anything.
Right, okay. So did she build two bombs in that time, or did she only build one bomb within an hour and a half?
She built two since the first one, as said, wasn't large enough.
Right. So your plan was to open the vault door first, and then open the door that was blocking Art, Tony, me, and Reyna to your side.
Well, my plan was to cut open the entrance door, mechanically hotwire it to be able to open, and blow the door open for you guys before opening the other door.
Alright. Your reason, why didn't you try to get the team? It sounds like Tony would have been helpful if you had been trying to hotwire the door.
He took a look after I did. Couldn't find any way of doing it. But the reason I didn't immediately blow open that door was I made a thermite bomb from scratch, and I can't exactly guarantee it wouldn't cause noise. We don't know how many of those things are in here, and I didn't want to attract them to where you were before having a way to actively save you.
Right. So you left two of the most heavily damaged, hurt members of your team on the other side, with your only medic on the other side, in a corridor with no locked doors, open space, with the unknown possibility of something coming up either way, from the hallway that wasn't closed or locked at all.
There was two blast doors which would make it so that you could know where anything was coming from, and if anything did, I would have blown that door open immediately.
Would you?
Of course. While there's nothing there, it's more efficient to prepare so that we don't rush ourselves to our death, but if you guys were in a situation where you would die if I didn't blow open that door, I would have.
like to roll an empathy on Thomas?
Sure.
Yeah. Well, maybe Thomas is gonna roll a fucking 0. Let's see. God damn it.
I mean, you can roll empathy too on what she's saying.
Okay. Nope. You can't tell. And empathy is... That's 4 dice. Why do I bother look? Tom seems normal. He seems like he's listening to you. Nope!
Wonderful.
Is she trying to hide it, or is it... Nah.
Not at all. I think it isn't like you're going to misconstrue. I guess Thomas just doesn't know if it's the... It's hard to tell what emotion she has because she's normally very emotionless and she's actually showing some for once.
But he just can't tell which one! God damn it, Thomas.
Can you hear me, Dark?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, you cut out there.
Well, he just can't tell which emotion she's showing.
Yeah.
God damn it. John, you do realize the monsters came through the vents, right? So you would have been pinned with Deidre, Chad, and Puck in the first floor.
In that case, once more, I would have blown open that door. I was prepared to do it at any moment. And I checked out the vents myself, just to be sure, and to check to see how much rust was in there and the like.
And what was Deidre, Chad, and Puck doing in all this?
Deidre was making an attempt to hack through to Tessa. Puck helped me open up a panel for the door, and I think Deidre and Puck were talking along with Chad.
And
Chad helped me gather rust for the bombs.
right. Because the way Deidre tells it, it sounds like you were trying to do everything, and they were sitting with their thumbs up their asses. That sound about right?
If they felt they needed to do something, they could have asked. And while yes, I do put the responsibility on myself far too much, and I do recognize that I need to start trusting you all more. In this situation, what would you expect me to do?
I would have expected you to call us, ask our opinion on the whole situation. Besides texting, things get confusing with texting, it seems, but to open the door, so our door that was blocking us, so me, Reina, and Tony wouldn't have been at a choke point. We would have been able to assist you with the vault door, if it was possible. Given that this is a bunker, I assume it wasn't possible since we're not out of this hellhole.
It wasn't impossible. I just needed the right energy frequency for transmission into the vault door. But doing that was risky. It would be playing dice with everyone's lives, and I wouldn't do that.
He's gonna try empathy again because he needs to know what the fuck Jong is. Because just something.
Alright.
Let me. Come on,
I,
Thomas.
I guess I could empathy back, too.
No, you motherfucker!
Jung does have an empathy.
God damn it. I mean, he's not gonna try to hide this, but from what you can tell, he's listening to you speak, and he's understanding it, but he does not look happy. He's smiling, but he does not seem happy. You just don't know what he's not happy about. With what you can gather from Thomas. With his arms, with his arms crossed slightly, looking at you from his chair.
You can be honest with me, you know? If there's something you want to talk about, let's talk about it.
I'm sure we can think of every logical explanation. But at the moment, Jong, I can't really trust you. You explained everything logically, and logically things make sense. But considering your past actions, how you reacted to the situation.
What past actions are you referring to?
Do you remember when Raina and Chad got kidnapped because they were fucking morons?
Of course.
Do you remember we actually had to stand around for about 20 minutes trying to convince you to come with us? That it was a danger to yourself. They were probably goners. Now,
Thomas, that was
imagine
one.
that, but to the most hurt people on the other side of the door, with only medic, and you're trying to open the vault open on your side. Some people could say that you were trying to make sure your safety was guaranteed first before you opened our safe. Do you understand what it looks like, John?
Of course. And we could argue about perspective day in, day out. The time with the dream worlds was months ago. And that was way back when we were first starting to be here.
So you're saying you've changed since that time, John?
I think we all have. Maybe slowly, but I don't want to see any of you dead. And I mean, knowing full well that there was monsters that went through those vents, I went into them in an effort to make sure I could get through that door to you. And something me from months ago probably would never do.
Right. We could talk about this all day, and we could not reach a conclusion. Just talk to Tony, because at the moment I'm just I can't deal with this bullshit right now. Just apologize to him, because there are some mixed up understandings with him and you at the moment.
Mixed up understandings.
With the whole you not having a ring. You basically blaming us for everything. You opening the door slowly. Quite a few. Yeah. Because I don't give a fuck. I'm just gonna give you one more chance, John. Because honestly, I trusted you. All this, I've listened to your opinions. We'd followed through with some. You've been mostly right. But I need to know that you have my back. Because in the end of the day, that's what's gonna count. And I can't trust someone that's probably gonna put themselves before others. As much as that sounds hypocritical of me, that's how I see it.
And I understand that's how you feel. I didn't expect this to suddenly turn around and for us to be best buds or something, but I did want to apologize for that situation.
Of course. I suppose we're gonna have to stay professional about this until we get out of here, before we can talk things more out. I believe that's what Daedry wanted, to get some confusion out of the way. But for now, let's just focus on surviving.
That's probably for the best. How much air do you have left in your gas mask?
Out of character, I don't fucking know. Wynn never said anything about air.
I know
in
Wynn
game
never said that. We're all wearing our gas masks, but he never said how much air.
Let's not remind him so he doesn't kill us. Because we stay too fucking long in this bunker already, man.
So it should be just like end this year, I guess.
Yeah, it's best. It's civil.
Okay.
Let me stop the recording.